You decide to avoid checking your phone, then your hand reaches for it before you even notice. You promise to stay calm, then one comment makes your body tighten. Conscious versus subconscious mind is about this split. The part of you that knows what it wants, and the deeper systems that often move first. The conscious mind is the part of mental life you can notice directly. It handles deliberate attention, reasoning, planning, choosing words, comparing options, and making intentional decisions. When you solve a math problem, read a menu, write a message carefully, or decide to apologize, the conscious mind is involved. The subconscious mind is not a magical hidden person inside you. It is a simple way to describe mental processes happening outside direct awareness. Habits, emotional associations, body memories, automatic judgments, learned fears, and quick pattern recognition can all operate before conscious thought catches up. A useful example is driving a familiar route. At first, every mirror check and turn feels conscious. After months of practice, much of it becomes automatic. You still need attention, but your brain is not verbally explaining every movement. The subconscious handles repeated patterns so the conscious mind is not overloaded. This automatic system saves energy. Imagine consciously controlling every breath, step, facial expression, and word choice all day. Life would become impossible. The brain pushes repeated tasks into the background so attention can focus on new problems. Automation is not a flaw. It is one reason people can function. The problem appears when an old automatic pattern no longer fits the present. Someone who was criticized harshly may feel defensive whenever feedback appears, even from a kind manager. The conscious mind may know the meeting is safe, while the body reacts as if an old threat has returned. Advertising uses this gap. A brand can pair a product with status, comfort, beauty, family, or excitement. Later, the person may feel drawn to the product without fully knowing why. They may say it simply feels right. The subconscious association formed before the conscious explanation arrived. Relationships use the same hidden wiring. A person may feel instantly safe with someone who speaks gently because it reminds them of care. Another may feel uneasy around silence because silence once meant punishment. The reaction may be real, but the explanation may be buried in past learning. The subconscious also helps with intuition. A doctor, mechanic, designer, or teacher may sense that something is wrong before they can explain it. That feeling often comes from years of stored patterns. Intuition is not always correct, but it is not always random either. It can be fast pattern recognition. Still, automatic judgments can be biased. The brain may connect danger, trust, intelligence, or beauty with signals learned from family, culture, media, or bad experiences. That is why a first feeling should not always be treated as final truth. It may be information, but it still needs checking. Changing subconscious patterns usually takes repetition, not one motivational decision. A person afraid of public speaking may understand logically that a presentation is not life-threatening. But the body may need repeated safe practice, preparation, breathing, and successful experiences before the fear response softens. This is why habits are easier to change by changing cues. If snacks are on the desk, the hand reaches before a decision happens. If snacks are out of sight and water is nearby, the automatic path changes. The conscious mind sets the environment, and the subconscious follows the easier route. Self-talk can help, but only if it is paired with behavior. Saying, "I am calm," may not erase a nervous system pattern. But speaking gently, slowing the breath, entering safe situations gradually, and surviving them repeatedly gives the deeper mind new evidence. The body learns from experience more than slogans. Dreams, slips of the tongue, and sudden reactions are sometimes treated as secret messages. Be careful with that. They can reveal emotional material, but they can also be random, tired, or influenced by recent events. The subconscious is powerful, but not every odd thought is a hidden truth. A simple way to work with this split is to pause after a strong reaction. Ask, what did I feel first? What story did my mind add? What evidence do I actually have? That pause gives the conscious mind time to examine what the automatic system already started. Another useful tool is tracking patterns. If you always feel anxious before certain calls, spend money after certain emotions, or withdraw after praise, write it down. Repeated patterns show where the subconscious has built a shortcut. Once the shortcut is visible, you can decide whether it still serves you. The conscious mind is like a small steering wheel, not the whole engine. It cannot control everything instantly, but it can choose direction, create routines, question assumptions, and place new evidence in front of the deeper system. Over time, repeated steering changes the road the mind expects. The subconscious mind is not the enemy. It protects, predicts, saves energy, and stores learning. But it can also protect you from dangers that are no longer present. Growth often means thanking the old pattern for trying to help, then teaching the mind a safer and more accurate response. So the difference is simple. The conscious mind notices, chooses, and explains. The subconscious mind stores, predicts, and reacts. A healthy life uses both. You do not need to fight the hidden mind. You need to observe its patterns, update its evidence, and practice new responses until they become natural. When people understand this, change becomes less mysterious. You are not weak because an old habit returns. You are seeing an automatic pathway that has been practiced many times. The way forward is not shame. It is awareness, repetition, and a better environment that helps the mind learn a new route. A useful grocery store example shows how fast the hidden system works. You may plan to buy only essentials, but a familiar package, smell, or childhood snack can pull attention before you choose. The conscious mind later says, "I just wanted it." The deeper association already made the item feel emotionally important. The subconscious also shapes body language. Before you decide what to say, your shoulders may close, your jaw may tighten, or your eyes may avoid contact. These small reactions can influence how others respond to you. Then the conversation changes, even though nobody openly discussed the hidden signal. One reason therapy or reflection can help is that it brings hidden patterns into awareness. When a person finally notices, "I shut down whenever I feel criticized," the pattern becomes easier to interrupt. Awareness does not erase the reaction instantly, but it creates a moment where a different response can be practiced. The practical takeaway is to respect both layers. Do not assume every feeling is a fact, and do not assume logic alone can override every feeling. Notice the automatic reaction, slow the body, check the evidence, and repeat the new response often enough that the deeper system begins to trust it. Small changes repeated daily are often more effective than one intense promise, because the automatic mind trusts patterns more than speeches.